She slammed the car door shut, her eyes blazing with a mix of fury and heartbreak, as the desert wind whipped through our hair. "How could you, Jordan? After everything we've shared?" I screamed, my voice echoing across the empty Arizona highway, where our road trip dreams had just crumbled into dust. The road stretched out like an endless ribbon under the vast American sky, and I, Cassidy Rivera, gripped the steering wheel of our rented Mustang convertible, feeling the thrill of freedom pulse through me. Jordan Hayes, my best friend since freshman year at NYU, lounged in the passenger seat, her blonde hair tied back in a messy ponytail, sunglasses perched on her nose. We'd planned this cross-country trip for years, New York to Los Angeles, chasing sunsets and secrets we'd buried in our city lives. But as we left the bustling streets of Manhattan behind, I couldn't shake the flutter in my chest every time she laughed, her voice like a melody that had started to haunt my dreams. We'd met in a literature class, bonding over Jane Austen and late-night coffees. Jordan was the outgoing one, the girl who turned heads with her easy charm and sharp wit. Me? I was the quiet artist, sketching cityscapes and hiding my sketches of her in my notebook. Over 4 years our friendship had deepened into something unbreakable, or so I thought. She was straight, or at least that's what she'd always said, dating guys like Mark, the finance bro who broke her heart last spring. I'd been there through it all, wiping her tears, holding her close, never admitting that those hugs lingered a little too long for me. Our first stop was Philadelphia, where we wandered the historic streets, munching on cheesesteaks and posing for selfies at the Liberty Bell. "This is it, Cassidy," Jordan said, linking her arm through mine. "No more desk jobs, no more heartbreak. Just you, me, and the open road." Her touch sent sparks up my arm, but I pushed it down, reminding myself she was just a friend. That night in a cheap motel we shared a queen bed, her breathing steady beside me. I lay awake staring at the ceiling, wondering if she ever felt the same pull. As we drove westward, the landscape shifted from urban sprawl to rolling Pennsylvania hills. We blasted playlists, her indie rock mixed with my folk tunes, singing off-key and sharing stories. Jordan opened up about her family, the conservative parents in Texas who expected her to settle down with a nice guy. "They'd freak if they knew half the stuff I've done," she confessed one afternoon, as we picnicked by a lake. I laughed, but inside my heart ached. What if she knew about me? I'd come out in college, but with Jordan it was different. She was my safe space, yet the one person I couldn't risk losing. In Ohio we hit our first snag, a flat tire on a rural road. As I jacked up the car, Jordan handed me tools, her hands brushing mine. "You're amazing, you know that?" she said softly. Our eyes met, and for a second time stopped. Was that a spark? Or just the heat? We fixed it together, high-fiving like old times, but the air felt charged. That evening in Cleveland we danced at a dive bar, her body close to mine under neon lights. A guy tried to hit on her, but she brushed him off, pulling me closer. "I'd rather dance with you," she whispered. My pulse raced. Could this be more? Crossing into Indiana, the cornfields blurred by, and our conversations turned intimate. Jordan talked about her dreams of writing a novel, inspired by our adventures. I shared my art aspirations, showing her sketches from the road. One was of her, silhouetted against a sunset. "That's beautiful," she murmured, her fingers tracing the lines. "You see me in a way no one else does." Her words hung heavy, and I almost confessed then, but fear clamped my mouth shut. Chicago welcomed us with its skyscrapers and deep dish pizza. We walked along Lake Michigan, the wind off the water chilling our skin. Jordan slipped her hand into mine, saying it was for warmth. My heart soared. Maybe she felt it too. At the Art Institute, we stood before Van Gogh's Swirling Stars, and she leaned her head on my shoulder. "This trip is changing everything," she said. I nodded, too afraid to speak. As we left the city, heading toward the plains, I sensed a shift. Jordan grew quieter, checking her phone more often. "Everything okay?" I asked. She smiled faintly. "Yeah, just family stuff." But her eyes darted away, and a knot formed in my stomach. Little did I know the real storm was brewing ahead. In Iowa we camped under stars, sharing a tent. The closeness was intoxicating, her scent, her warmth. We talked until dawn about love, life, what we wanted. "I think I'm ready for something real," she said. My breath caught. Was this it? But she rolled over and the moment passed. By Nebraska, the flatlands mirrored my growing unease. Jordan's mood swings puzzled me. 1 minute affectionate, the next distant. At a roadside diner, she excused herself for a long call. When she returned, her face was flushed. Who was that? I probed gently. An old friend, she replied too quickly. Doubt crept in, but I pushed it aside. This was our trip. Nothing could ruin it. Finally, reaching Colorado's Rockies, the mountains loomed like guardians. We hiked trails, breathless from altitude and laughter. At a viewpoint, Jordan hugged me tight. I love you, Cassidy. You're my rock. Tears pricked my eyes. I love you too, I whispered, meaning it in ways she couldn't know. Or could she? As the sun set on our first 1,000 miles, I felt alive, terrified, hopeful. But shadows lingered. Secrets unspoken, feelings untested. The road ahead promised more than scenery. It held the truth of us. The Rocky Mountains faded in our rearview as we plunged into Utah's Red Rock canyons, the Mustang hugging curves like a lover's embrace. Jordan blasted Taylor Swift, singing about bad blood and heartbreak, her voice cracking on the high notes. I glanced at her, wondering if she sensed the irony. Our friendship had always been easy, but now every glance, every touch felt loaded with unspoken questions. Was I imagining the way her hand lingered on my knee when she pointed out a landmark? We stopped at Arches National Park, hiking to Delicate Arch at dawn. The massive stone formation glowed pink in the rising sun, a monument to time's patient sculpting. Jordan posed for photos, her athletic frame silhouetted against the sky. Come here, she called, pulling me into the frame. Our cheeks pressed together, and I felt her breath on my skin. Click. The moment captured, but the tension between us? That was harder to frame. That night, in a Moab motel, we shared wine from plastic cups, reminiscing about college pranks. Jordan's laughter filled the room, but her eyes held a distant glaze. Cassidy, have you ever been in love? Like really in love? She asked suddenly. My heart thudded. Once, I said carefully. But it didn't work out. She nodded, swirling her wine. Me too. It's scary, isn't it? Risking everything. Her gaze met mine, intense, probing. I wanted to spill it all. How she was that love, how every day with her was a beautiful torture. Instead, I changed the subject. What's next on the map? Arizona's heat hit us like a wall as we crossed the border. The Grand Canyon awaited, its vastness a mirror to my emotions. We stood at the rim, arms linked, awed by the chasm below. It's like our lives, Jordan mused. So much depth, hidden layers. Wind tousled her hair, and she turned to me, her face inches from mine. Time slowed. Her lips parted slightly. Was she leaning in? A tour group interrupted, shattering the spell. We laughed it off, but my skin tingled. In Flagstaff, we splurged on a cozy cabin. Rain pattered on the roof as we cooked pasta, sharing stories of past relationships. Jordan confessed her last breakup had left scars. Mark didn't get me. Not like you do. Her words ignited hope. As we watched a movie, her head on my lap, my fingers combed through her hair. It felt natural, intimate. But when the credits rolled, she sat up abruptly. I need to tell you something, she said, voice trembling. My stomach dropped. What is it? She hesitated, then shook her head. Never mind. It's nothing. But it was something. I could see it in her evasive eyes. The next morning, she was cheerful again, but the crack had appeared. Driving through the Navajo Nation, we stopped at roadside stands, buying turquoise jewelry. Jordan slipped a necklace around my neck, her fingers grazing my collarbone. For luck, she whispered. Shivers ran down my spine. At Monument Valley, the towering butte stood sentinel as we watched the sunset. Jordan's arm around my waist felt like home. This is perfect, I said. She squeezed me. Almost. Nevada's neon beckoned as we approached Las Vegas. The Strip's lights dazzled, a stark contrast to the desert's quiet. We gambled pennies at slots, drank cocktails, danced in clubs. Jordan flirted with a bartender, a woman surprisingly, laughing at her jokes. Jealousy twisted in my gut. Was this a sign? Later, tipsy in our hotel room, she collapsed on the bed. Cassidy, you're the best. What would I do without you? I lay beside her, our hands entwined. You'd be fine, I murmured. But inside I prayed she wouldn't. The morning after, hangover headaches pounding, Jordan checked her phone obsessively. A text lit up her screen. I glimpsed a name, Riley. Who was Riley? She pocketed it quickly. Let's hit the road, she said brightly. Suspicion gnawed at me. California's border loomed, the Pacific promising closure. But in Death Valley, the heat amplified our tensions. The car overheated, stranding us. As we waited for a tow, Jordan paced. I'm sorry, she blurted. For what? I asked. Tears welled in her eyes. For everything. For leading you on. My world tilted. What do you mean? She confessed. Riley was her ex-girlfriend from high school, someone she'd hidden from everyone, including me. They'd reconnected online months ago. I didn't know how to tell you. I thought I was straight, but I'm not. And Riley wants me back. Betrayal sliced through me. All those moments, were they real? Or just confusion? I stormed away, the desert blurring through tears. How could she keep this from me? The tow truck arrived, but the damage was done. We drove in silence toward the coast. The road trip's magic poisoned by secrets. In Joshua Tree we camped, the stars mocking our fracture. Jordan tried to explain. Fear of judgment, her family's expectations. I love you, Cassidy. As a friend. But Riley. She understands this part of me. Her words stung like salt in a wound. I confessed my feelings then. Raw and unfiltered. I've loved you for years. Not as a friend. Shock widened her eyes. Cassidy. I had no idea. The night deepened our divide. She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. Trust shattered, emotions raw. The final leg to LA loomed, heavy with unresolved pain. Could we salvage anything from this wreckage? Or was our bond irreparably broken? The Pacific Coast Highway unfurled like a serpent along California's cliffs, waves crashing below as our Mustang hugged the turns. Silence hung between us, thick as fog rolling in from the sea. Jordan stared out the window, her profile etched in regret. I'd barely slept after my confession in Joshua Tree, replaying her words. I had no idea. But how could she not? Every lingering look, every shared secret. Had it all been one-sided? We stopped in Big Sur, the redwoods towering like ancient witnesses to our drama. Hiking a trail, Jordan broke the ice. Cassidy, talk to me. Please. Anger bubbled up. What do you want me to say? That it's okay you hid a whole part of yourself? That you reconnected with Riley without telling me? She flinched. I was scared. Coming out. It's not easy. Especially with my background. I softened slightly. Her Texas roots, the Bible Belt expectations. But betrayal burned. You could have trusted me. I'm gay, remember? I've been there. At a cliffside overlook, we sat on a bench, the ocean's roar drowning our whispers. Jordan admitted more. Riley had been her first love. A secret high school fling ended by family pressure. When she messaged me last year, it stirred everything up. I didn't act on it, until this trip. My heart sank. What do you mean? She confessed a late-night call in Nebraska, agreeing to meet Riley in LA. It's why I've been distant. I'm confused, Cassidy. About her, about us. Us? The word ignited fury. There is no us. You've been stringing me along while planning a reunion with your ex. Tears streamed down her face. No. I care about you deeply. Maybe more than friendship. But Riley. She's part of my past. I stood pacing. And what am I? Your safety net. The argument escalated, voices echoing off the rocks. Hikers glanced our way, but we didn't care. Raw emotions spilled. My unrequited love, her internal conflict. In Monterey, we checked into a beachside inn, the tension palpable. Over seafood dinner, Jordan tried reconciliation. Let's not end the trip like this. We've shared so much. I nodded, but doubt lingered. That night, a storm raged outside, mirroring my turmoil. Jordan knocked on my door, separate rooms for the first time. Can I come in? Soaked from rain, she looked vulnerable. We talked for hours, peeling back layers. She described her struggle with identity, the shame instilled by her parents. You're the first person who made me feel seen, she said. My resolve cracked. Then why Riley? She sighed. Closure, maybe. Or fear of the unknown with you. The next day, driving through San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge loomed, a symbol of crossings. We walked its span, wind whipping our hair. Jordan grabbed my hand. I'm sorry for hurting you. You deserve better. Emotion choked me. I just want you to be happy. But inside, jealousy festered. Riley waited in LA. In Napa Valley, we detoured for wine tasting, seeking normalcy. Vineyards stretched endlessly, grapes heavy with promise. Sipping Chardonnay, Jordan opened up about therapy sessions she'd started secretly. I'm figuring out who I am. Bisexual, maybe? Lesbian. It's messy. Empathy swelled. I remembered my own coming out chaos. Take your time, I said. But as we laughed over a tipsy picnic, her phone buzzed. Riley. She ignored it, but the shadow returned. Heading south, Santa Barbara's beaches offered respite. We swam in the ocean, salt cleansing our wounds. Floating on waves, Jordan turned to me. What if we explored this? Us. Hope flickered. You mean? She nodded. After I sort things with Riley. No more secrets. Elation mixed with caution. Was this real or rebound? But in Malibu, cracks widened. Jordan took a call from Riley, stepping away. I overheard snippets. I miss you. See you soon. Rage boiled. When she returned, I confronted her. You're still planning to meet her? She admitted yes, for coffee to end things properly. Trust me, Cassidy. But trust was fractured. The climax hit in LA's traffic snarl. Stuck on the 405, emotions erupted. How can I trust you when you've lied? I yelled. Jordan countered. I've been honest now. You're pushing me away. Tears flowed, horns blaring around us. Maybe I should, I snapped. This hurts too much. We arrived at our Airbnb in Hollywood exhausted. Jordan packed a bag. I'm meeting Riley tonight. To close that chapter. Panic gripped me. Don't go. But she left, the door clicking shut like a finality. Alone, I wandered Sunset Boulevard. Neon signs blurring through tears. Memories flooded. Our first hug, late night talks, this doomed trip. Was our friendship salvageable? Or had love poisoned it? Hours later, Jordan returned, face ashen. It's over with Riley. For good. Relief washed over me, but questions remained. Why? She collapsed on the couch. Because I realized. It's you. It's always been you. My heart raced. Really? She nodded, pulling me into a hug. But doubt whispered. Was this truth or another twist? The city lights twinkled outside, holding our fragile hope. Tomorrow would test us, but for now, in the drama's eye, we clung to each other. Los Angeles sprawled beneath us from Griffith Observatory. The city a glittering mosaic of dreams and deceptions. Jordan and I stood at the railing, the Hollywood sign glowing in the distance. After her breakup with Riley, the air between us felt tentative, like a bridge rebuilt after a storm. I meant what I said, she whispered. It's you, Cassidy. My fingers intertwined with hers, but skepticism lingered. How could I believe after the lies? We spent the day exploring Venice Beach boardwalk, skating hand in hand, laughing at street performers. Jordan's touch was electric, her smiles genuine. At a cafe, she confessed more. Riley was a crutch. Safe, familiar. But you challenge me, make me better. Tears glistened in her eyes. Forgive me. I hesitated. I'm trying. But it hurts. She nodded, squeezing my hand. Hope bloomed, fragile as a California poppy. That evening at a rooftop bar, we toasted our journey. To new beginnings, Jordan said. As stars emerged, she leaned in, our lips meeting softly. The kiss was fireworks, years of longing unleashed. But doubt nagged. Was this passion or pity? The next morning, reality intruded. Jordan's phone rang, her mother. She stepped outside, but I heard the tension. Mom, I'm figuring things out. No, not a guy. When she returned, face pale, she explained. Family's pressuring me to come home. They suspect something. Fear shadowed her eyes. What if they disown me? I held her. We'll face it together. But inside, I wondered if she was ready. We drove to Santa Monica Pier, the Ferris wheel spinning like our emotions. On the beach, waves lapping our feet. Jordan opened up about her internalized shame. Growing up, love like this was sin. I buried it. Empathy surged. I'd fought similar demons. You're not alone, I said. We built sandcastles, metaphors for our rebuilding trust. But conflict resurfaced. A text from Riley. Miss you. Mistake. Jordan showed me, deleting it. See? Over. But the seed of doubt grew. In Disneyland amid magic we argued. Why didn't you block her? I accused. Jordan snapped. I'm trying. Give me space. Hurt, I wandered alone, Mickey ears mocking my pain. That night in our room tears flowed. I feel like I'm losing you, I sobbed. Jordan held me. You're not. I love you. Her confession hung heavy. Love? The word terrified and thrilled. We talked deep into the night, unraveling knots. Her fear of commitment, my insecurity from unrequited years. The turning point came in Palm Springs. Poolside under desert sun, Jordan proposed. Let's make this official. Girlfriends. Joy exploded. Yes. We kissed, sealing the shift from friends to lovers. But shadows loomed, her family, Riley's ghost. Back in LA, drama peaked. Jordan's parents called, demanding she return for a talk. Panicked, she booked a flight. Come with me, she begged. I agreed, terrified. At the airport we held hands, boarding for Texas. Dallas heat oppressed us as we drove to her childhood home. Her parents greeted warmly but eyed our closeness suspiciously. Over dinner the interrogation began. Any boyfriends? Her dad asked. Jordan faltered. Actually, I'm with someone. Silence. Who? Her mom pressed. Jordan glanced at me. Cassidy. Chaos erupted. Her father thundered about sin. Her mother wept. This isn't you. Jordan stood firm. It is me. And I love her. They demanded I leave. Heartbroken, Jordan packed. We're going, she said. In the car she sobbed. I lost my family. I held her. You have me. Flying back to LA, Jordan grieved. Was it worth it? She whispered. Yes, I affirmed. But guilt gnawed. Had I pushed her? In our Airbnb she spiraled. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm confused. Doubt returned. What about us? I pleaded. She pulled away. I need time. Devastated, I gave her space, wandering LA's streets alone. The betrayal hit hardest when I found her phone. Messages to Riley. Miss our talks. Family drama. Not romantic but secretive. Confrontation exploded. You're talking to her again? Jordan defended. Just venting. You're suffocating me. Words flew like daggers. Maybe this was a mistake, she yelled. I stormed out, crashing at a friend's. Days blurred in agony. Was this the end? Text came. I'm sorry. Come back. Wary, I returned. We talked Raleigh. Jordan admitted fears. Losing family, self-doubt. But I choose you. Reconciliation was tentative, built on honesty. We sought therapy, unpacking baggage. As our trip ended, though the road felt endless, we drove to Malibu cliffs. Sunset painted the sky. We've been through hell, Jordan said. But it's made us stronger. I nodded, hope reigniting. Our kiss sealed a promise. No more secrets, just love's messy beauty. The California sun dipped low as we parked at a Malibu overlook, the ocean's vastness a balm to our battered souls. Jordan and I sat on the hood, legs dangling, sharing a blanket against the cooling breeze. Weeks had passed since the Texas blow-up. Therapy sessions weaving threads of understanding between us. We've come so far, she murmured, her head on my shoulder. I kissed her temple. From best friends to this. Who knew a road trip could rewrite everything? But scars remained. Jordan's family had gone silent. Calls unanswered, letters returned. She grieved quietly, journaling late nights. They'll come around, I encouraged, though doubt lingered. In LA we'd built a temporary life. I freelanced art. She waitressed while querying her novel. Mornings we'd coffee on the balcony, planning futures. New York or here? She'd ask. Anywhere with you, I'd reply. Conflict simmered subtly. Jordan's occasional melancholy sparked arguments. You pushed me to come out, she accused once. I supported you, I countered. Therapy helped. Acknowledging her autonomy, my overprotectiveness. Growth was painful but rewarding. One evening, a breakthrough. Jordan's sister called. Mom's softening. Give time. Hope sparked. We celebrated with a drive up the coast, echoing our trip's start. In Big Sur again we hiked hands linked. I choose us every day, Jordan said. Her words mended fissures. Yet Riley's shadow loomed. A final message. Happy for you. Goodbye. Jordan blocked her, transparency rebuilding trust. No more ghosts, she vowed. As months turned, our love deepened, romantic walks on beaches, quiet nights cooking. Jordan's novel took shape, inspired by our story. Friendship evolving amid America's vastness. I illustrated the cover, our silhouettes against canyons. The climax of healing came at a family reunion. Jordan's aunt hosted in Austin. We flew down, nerves taut. Her parents attended, awkward at first. Over barbecue, tentative talks. We love you, her mom said tearfully. Just need time to understand. Her dad nodded stiffly. Not full acceptance but a start. Jordan beamed, squeezing my hand under the table. Back in LA we reflected. That trip broke us, I said, but rebuilt us better. Jordan agreed. Drama, betrayal, all led here. Our story's end wasn't fairy tale perfect. Life's too real for that. Jordan's family mended slowly. We faced societal stares, but in each other we found home. Human connections, flawed and beautiful, triumphed. Years later, married in a simple beach ceremony, we road-tripped again. Same route, new memories. At the Grand Canyon we renewed vows. Through highs and lows, Jordan whispered. Always. Our tale, laced with America's spirit. Freedom, reinvention, taught resilience. Love isn't simple. It's a journey, twists included. In the end we emerged stronger. Our bond a testament to forgiveness and growth. The road ahead? Endless together.